What is up, my special bean brothers and sisters? We're back at it again with another figure review. This time we're going to be reviewing Super Saiyan 4 Goku Black Rose from the Kong Studios line. I know a lot of you people have already have him and can't wait for the other version to come through, because there's two versions that you get when you kind of pre-order this guy. Well, actually, I should say two options. There is a pink version and a red version, so that way you can get whichever one you like. But enough talking about them. Let's get them out of the package and let's get started.
One's a company, two's a crowd, three's a party coming, move around like fresh when the school is out, when the booze is up, when the sun is down. Enjoy the ride.
Alright guys, here we have my boy Super Saiyan 4 Goku Black Rose in all of his prime and glory. Everything looks good about him, especially with the hair. It's pretty much the same thing like with what you get with the SH Figure Arts Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But the difference with him is that right there on the waist part, it's a little bit different, as well as his legs and the boots that come on him. As far as the wristbands, I'm pretty sure they're the same thing. They're the same type of mold, and the fur and the articulation that they kind of use for him, at least from the waist up. So when it comes to his face plates, they're a little bit different. They're almost the same thing as a Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but you can see right there the earring that he has on his left ear side. The left side of his ear is present with all the faces, and they stay consistent. And the other thing is that makes it different is on his, he has a ring finger, or he has a ring that goes on his finger for all of his right hand pieces. So that's really cool. I'm glad that they included that. They could have done something as easy as just like, do a repaint of it from Kong Studio. And I know you have the choice. When I pre-ordered, you have the choice of either this version, like a more pinkish Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black version, or you had the choice of, what was the other option? Like a more reddish Super Saiyan 4 Goku Black, I guess, to keep the authenticity with Dragon Ball GT. So that's pretty cool that they included that. But as far as like his battle damage shirt, like, well, he has no shirt, but I like how it just hangs and rips off right there on his waist. It looks really good. The red and the grays and the blacks and the whites, they look just like how they're supposed to. Now, when it comes to the waist articulation, I might have a little gripe on it, only because it's a more harder plastic than I intended it like to be, as far as like me getting it out of the package. I didn't want it to be that hard. I would have wanted maybe something like along the lines of Zamasu as far as the plastic goes for the waist, because the one that we get for Zamasu, fused or not, it's a very, very soft plastic, so that way when you lift the legs, there is a lot of give with the plastic. With this one, there's kind of almost no give, and I had to slice up a little bit and make some cuts right there, so that way the skirt could kind of lift up higher, because what I got out of the box, I was barely able to lift up his leg. Well, it was just giving me a lot of trouble, so I ended up modifying it just a bit. And the back of his tail looks really cool. I like that how they included like some detail on the back to make it look like, oh, it's the real Super Saiyan 4 Goku Black. So I'm glad they included that as well. But let's get the homie off of the stand and let's get into the articulation. Okay, so when it comes to the articulation, everybody knows we start from head to toe like we always do. So he's able to look up about this much, look down a pretty good ways. Like I said, everything from the waist up is pretty much what we already kind of get with Super Saiyan 4. He can look side to side, and we still have the articulated hair pieces right here. So that's really cool that they included that. As far as the back piece, it's the same thing too. We have the two pieces of articulation right here, so that's really cool. Moving on down to the shoulders, same thing what we get with Super Saiyan 4 Goku with the butterfly joint right there. It comes in so that way you can cross the arm pretty good. That's really nice. His shoulders able to go up. Let's see. I know you can go more than that. There you go. Go up like that so he can hit the T poses on both sides. Um, this part is just a little stiff for me, but not too stiff that I can't work with it. So this arm can go 360. You have bends right here at the elbow. My boy hits the gym, and then he has a bicep swivel right there. So that's really cool. He can get in like that. No problem. Has really, really good articulation. The fact that they used the same mold for the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, released from SH Figure Arts, I mean, that one for me was top tier articulation. This one is too. So all the more reason to pretty much get it. Wrist swivel like all the way around, and of course they do go up and down. You might want to heat the pegs up on this. Mine were a little bit stiff, but not too stiff, but I can't really speak for everybody else's. So moving on down to the abdomen, you already know it's cut into two pieces. Well, not really two pieces. I mean, you can kind of see down there, it's maybe you have some side-to-side action, but he's able to go down, let's see, about this much. He doesn't really go too forward that much, and he doesn't really seem to go back forward. He's almost is like this is his best pose right here, just kind of standing up straight. It has a lot to do with the harder plastic right here, so I'm really not going to knock it or do anything about it. I might end up modifying this just a bit. I might actually cut this piece off of the skirt and use a softer plastic for the skirt piece. Like I have the Dragon Stars, the Dragon Stars Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and I think and his is a softer plastic than this, so I might end up swapping that out and do a little modifications. And then of course his waist can go from side to side, and then you also have the upper part of the abdomen that can go side to side as well. Oh, and then on his right hand, you can kind of see let me see if I can get it right there. You can kind of see the ring on his index finger right there. So that's cool. So the next piece that we're going to talk about is, actually, let's get to the tail piece. So for the tail piece, he has the same thing as Goku. It goes up and down and then 360 all the way, however you want to do it. But I like the detail that they kind of put into the skirt as well. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. You see how there's the detail in the rips on the back of where the tail grew out. I thought that was really cool. I almost forgot that they included that in right there until right now. But yeah, this is where I ended up. Oops. Put that back on. This is where I ended up making the cuts on him right there. So that way you're able to get a little bit more out of the plastic when you kind of bend it up, because before you would probably only be able to bend it up that much, but with this cut right here, able to pull it up that much, so that way his legs can kind of go up. So let's see. When it comes to his legs, now you can bend them up or pull them up this much. So that's really cool. Thigh swivel right here. And he has bends at the knee right there. Nice. I mean, I wish it could go a little bit far in, but it doesn't. And then we have the toe articulation right here, or the foot articulation, and then the toe articulation right there. So pretty nice with what we get right here. And of course he has the ankle rocker, so that's pretty nice. That's going to be it for the articulation. Let's just go ahead and get into the accessories. Okay, so when it comes to the accessories, everybody knows we start from the head down all the way to the toes. So the first headpiece that we get is him. Let me see if I can get a little bit more of a close up. There you go. You see how it has the pink underlines instead of the red like underliners right there on his eyes, so that looks really good. They still continue with the yellow pupil right there on his eyes. And this one is just him just kind of like looking mad, like straight. And he has the earring right there. So looking mad, stern face, looking straight. And then we have this more gritting teeth right here. So that looks really good. Let me see if I can get a better close up. Yeah, gritting teeth right there with the earring. That looks really good. Next one, we have this one kind of looking off to the side. That looks nice. Him looking off to the side. And then we have this one kind of stern face, but also still looking off to the side. And then the last face plate that we get is just him just angry, looking forward. More of a dynamic facial expression. And of course, he has the earring as well. Next, we're going to get into the hands. So you get a pair of instant transmission hands. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit more. So you get a pair of instant transmission hands, which is nice. And it still comes with the pink fur. You get a set of ready hands. You also get a set of, these aren't the Kamehameha hands. They're more like dynamic pose hands. Right there, kind of open palm. Right there. And then you get another pair of open palm hands. But these are more, they kind of stick out a little bit more. Maybe blast hands. And then you get a pair of Kamehameha hands right here, because you plug in the effect part on this, and then that's what makes it more dynamic right there. So you get a pair of those. But unfortunately, when you purchase this, it does not come with the effect part. I guess you're going to have to reuse the effect part that you get with the original Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So just putting it out there that you do not get the effect part once you purchase this guy. So that's it for the accessories. Very simple, but also very generous. We get a lot of face plates, and we get a lot of hand pieces as well. But I'm just going to put some of the accessories on him and put him in somewhat of a fire pose, and then give my final thoughts on this homie. Alright guys, here is the homie Goku Black with as much accessories as I can put on him. I put on him on his left hand the effect part and the effect piece from the original Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so that fits on him nice and well, like it should. And I thought just for, S&Gs that I would put the sword blade effect piece that we get with the original Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, and it fits on there pretty well. Now, he doesn't have a dedicated hand for that because I already went over the hand pieces. So what you'll have to do is use the original hand piece that is meant for the blade for the Super Saiyan 4 or the Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. So you'll have to use that. It does fit on there a bit snug. The peg on this figure is just a little bit bigger, so it'll fit on there really tight, but I don't intend to have the hand piece on him for very long, only because it will widen up the hole. Now this is plastic, so of course it's going to shrink back, but I don't want to put too much stress, especially since when I first got that Super Saiyan 4 or Super Saiyan Rose Goku, it was one of the first ones that they put out. But final thoughts on this is that it's just a good figure. It's like, it's overall like it's a really nice figure. Really nice figure. The same thing that what they used for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So already that one was a big hit. I have no real cons on this except for the fact that you do have to watch out for the joints when you first get him, only because they are a little stiff. But overall, good figure. Good figure. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up. Let me know in the comment section below if it's going to be a pass or grab. Major Piccolo shout out to everybody supporting since day one. And like I've said, the channel is lazy, but the movement ain't.